Hi, my name is Henry and welcome to the channel. Body weight exercises are perfect. You don't need a lot of equipment and you can see a good amount of progress if you train right. In this video, I'm just going to give you a simple breakdown on how you can build muscle with just your body weight. This video is perfect for someone who has no access to the gym. All these tips are everything I learned from making a bunch of mistakes on the way to where I am now. Now, I'm not the biggest or the strongest, but I learned quite a bit and I hope this video can help you out in any way. Now, you don't need a lot of equipment. The only things you really need are a pull-up bar and a P-dip bar, parallel dip bar. Small parallettes are good if you can get them. Rings are great if you can get them. And they're not a lot of money, so they're a very worthy investment for not that much. Now, if you have no access to any of these things, then I highly recommend going to the park. You don't have anywhere to work out at home, you don't have a pull-up bar at home, then you can just come to the park. The park is great because there are pull-up bars and dip bars, and you're gonna usually find one in your area. So this is a great alternative if you don't want to buy equipment or if you can't buy equipment. Alright, so a couple years back, I restarted my fitness journey, specifically training calisthenics. I had some prior experience training at the gym when I was growing up in high school and college, but I stopped for a while. I got really lazy and I just found excuses and never stayed dedicated. That was until I saw a video on how to muscle up, and so I started training at the park. Now, if you want to grow muscle with just your body weight, it's not very different from training at the gym. There are some differences, but the principles are still the same. First, let's just talk about outside of the actual training. You need to eat enough protein, eat enough food, and you need to recover well. As much protein as you can throughout the day. It's good if you can get some protein shakes in, but if you can get the most protein out of chicken or meat and food, then that's good. Try to eat a very nutritious diet, then try to sleep at least 7 to 8 hours a night. You need recovery to see the results. That's when your body is rebuilding. That's how you come stronger the next time. Another important thing that aids in your recovery is balancing your frequency. Don't start out going like 4 to 5 times a week, 2 to 3 times a week is perfect. See what works for you in the beginning. Start small and add more if you feel like you need to add more. So I would do 2 to 3 times a week with the goal of 3 to 10 sets per your body part. Anything more will be more time consuming and it might take away from the quality of your sets. So start with 3 to 10, and if you need to add more, but make sure those are quality sets and try your best in these sets. Important principle of training that a lot of people talk about. You've probably heard this thousands and thousands and thousands of times. It is progressive overload. And I do agree, it is true, it is scientifically proven. You need to add some sort of difficulty the following week or following session to see results. So progressively overloading, making it harder each week, that means increase the reps, increase the sets, better form, shorter rest periods. These are all ways you can increase the difficulty. Lastly, for the program itself, like how you can set up your workouts, I recommend picking 3 to 5 exercises you enjoy and try to progress in them each week, each month. Now, I'll give you a list of exercises I think you should focus on with your body weight, because there are only mainly compound lifts you can really do with your body weight. You can do some accessories, but you'll see the most results from the compound lifts. Stay in the 5 to 15 rep range. Focus on higher reps, controlled, and really get the technique down, the form down, because you're not adding weight to it, you're just using your body weight. And the split itself doesn't matter. Just make sure you get 1 to 2 days in between the next time you train that muscle group. So if you train your back on a Monday, at least wait till the Wednesday to start working it out again. And you should also choose a split that is best for your schedule. Now, if you're enjoying the content, I would love for you to subscribe and join the channel. Be a part of the community. We're trying to build a community of people who keep pushing their limits each day and strive to get better day by day. So I would love to have you join the community. Now, the beauty of building muscle with just body weight exercises, there isn't a huge variety. Changes in the exercise are just a modification of the base exercise I will talk about. So that means it's pretty straightforward. Now, the exercises, they include the pull-up, inverted row, which are the best exercises for your back. And then you have push-ups and dips for your chest, mainly your chest. And then you have pike push-ups for your shoulders, and you have squats for your legs. These are the exercises you should focus on. Choose a variation that's appropriate for your level. Get really strong at the basic one. And then eventually, once it's too easy, modify it to make it harder. For example, pike push-up, you can do it with your feet elevated after you master the one on the floor. But if the regular pike push-up is too hard, you can elevate your hands and start that way, which will make the exercise a bit easier. Whatever level of the exercise you can do, build up to 3 sets of 10 or more with controlled form and good technique. And then once you want to make it harder, add a harder variation. This is the way I wish I started. It would have saved me so much more time because building the basics is so important and such a great way to build muscles. Now, other exercises you could include are bicep curl with the P-bar, tricep extension with the P-bar. You can do single leg squats, pistol squats, Bulgarian split squat with your feet elevated. You can do jumping squats. If you have rings, you can do ring dip variations. So there are a lot of variations you can do, but they all stem from the basic foundational exercises, the rows, pull up, push up, dip, squat, and pike push up. So the reality is you can build muscle with body weight. It's such a great method. You can train at the park, at home. You don't need weights. And as long as you follow the training principles I mentioned, you can see good results. And a lot of these principles apply to train with the weights at the gym. So these skills you learn and you apply in your body weight training will transfer over to working out at the gym, which is excellent. Stick to the exercise I mentioned and just build on them, adding variations and making them harder that way, or progressively overloading. Although I don't think it's as effective as training with weights. If it were, then bodybuilders would be just doing body weights. But it's still a great way to see good results to build the base before you start training with weights or training at the gym. So don't neglect body weight workouts. You can do it at home, at the park, and you can see good results if you follow tips I mentioned, if you're consistent, dedicated. Remember, it's a marathon. Take your time, enjoy the training day by day, and you will see results. I hope this video was helpful. If you enjoyed it, make sure to check out some of my other videos. I talk about fitness, calisthenics. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.